Hello folks, this is Sula once again. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is another game taken from the public beta environment, the PBE, so some early testing on Set 7. We're getting close to the end of PBE. This was, I think, on the next to last patch before the Set 7 is scheduled to be released. Alongside me here in this game are Antisocial Monkey, Symbol, JDP, El Grillo, and that's it. We had 5 of us in the previous game that I put up on YouTube. There's only 4 of us in this game, so then we have 4 other random people. In this game, we're going to be looking at what turned into kind of an epic duel between a late game showdown between an Aurelion Sol, who is the Astral Dragon, and an incredibly tanky Nunu that was fielded by one of our other players that Antisocial Monkey is going to end up playing in this game. Antisocial said he wanted to do Nunu reroll like from the very start of this game and see how it went. And it ended up going very, very well for him in this game. Now, obviously, Aurelion Sol is a 10-cost dragon, so he is not going to show up until much, much later in the game. And we're going to have to see what I end up playing in order to get to that point. So, as I said, this is early on in Set 7, has not even formally released yet. So all numbers that you see are subject to change and will almost certainly get reconfigured. We know that this game gets patched all the time anyway, and things do not stay the same for very long when it comes to Teamfight Tactics. Aurelion Sol is probably a little bit too strong in this version on PBE. Will probably get nerfed because he was very, very, very weak early on the PBE. So weak that he was like not even worth playing. I do want to talk a little bit about Mirage. I have not talked about Mirage very much in the other videos that I've done on Set 7. So worth pointing out, Mirage is essentially the new version of Mutant Trait from Set 6. There are different abilities that change from game to game. They are mostly abilities that are back from past sets of Teamfight Tactics. This one that we've rolled for this game is the Warlord. So people who might remember Set 4, the Warlord mechanic is back here. Winning combats with this version of Mirage will cause your team to stack up additional health and additional ability power. So the benefit stacks up if you win combat with those units in. Anyway, I didn't like any of the options I had there, so I go ahead and use my reroll immediately. And now I have a really tough decision because I am not set up to play a mages game here. Like, I have started with a Leona and a Taric and a Yone. So that is not, and look at my items. I have a sword and a cloak and a glove. Like, that is not the start that you would have to play mages. But I had a rise drop from one of the early creep rounds. The previous video that I posted on YouTube, I had the same thing happen. When you get that early rise drop from a creep round, it can be very worthwhile to play into, to go ahead and play into mages. And then I also got a mage cap that appeared as one of my augments. Or what was it? Yeah, I ended up getting the augment there. So I'm going to go ahead and play into the rise and play into mages, because I was able to get that mage crest and because I had the rise pop up. So even though my items don't really fit this, and I think I even sold a Taric because I was like not planning on playing into this, that's the direction I'm going to go in this game, just because it kind of lined up for me after I had that reroll there. Rise plus an augment that gives you a mage hat means you probably want to look to play into mages. Now, mages typically do not play with a Guardian frontline. There's kind of 3 different frontlines that you generally will play in Set 7. Guardians is one of them, Bruisers is another one, and Cavaliers is generally the third. Obviously, you can play other units for frontline, but those are kind of the 3 in this game. There is a Mage plus Bruiser frontliner, and there's a Mage plus Cavalier frontliner. There is not a Mage plus Guardian frontliner, and that's why you typically won't see people playing Guardian frontline. I actually have a pretty nice start here with the Leona, and I have a 2-star Leona early, which is quite tanky, but I'm like looking here, I was like, you know what, this just doesn't fit. I'm going to go ahead and sell and free this up. I'm going to play the Alawi frontline instead. And because I have 2 out of 3 Alawis here, and I'm going to put in the Skarner, and that's actually going to put the Astral trait in play as well. Just while we're on the subject of Guardian, I'll just read briefly what that trait does. Guardians are your purest tanks in this game. Guardian units do very, very little damage. They're just like there to soak up damage. Guardians, once per combat, when they hit 50% health, Guardians shield themselves and their closest ally for a percentage of their maximum health. Guardian 2, it's 25% of their max health. The big issue with Guardians is there are no high-cost Guardians. All the Guardians are 1- and 2-cost units, except for Idis, which is the Shimmer Scale Dragon. So Idis is the tank dragon, if you would see that. But otherwise, it's hard to play Guardians in the late game because all the Guardians are 1 and 2 cost units, so they don't scale very well into the late game. Now that said, you can make a Guardian emblem. I believe it's the belt plus spatula item, and it is possible to turn some other units that are not Guardians into Guardians and make a very, very tanky front line. So for example, if you like turn Orin into a Guardian and play him with Idis, you have an incredibly strong front line in the late game. All right, so there's Antisocial playing that Nunu. He has already made Nunu. He's going to be playing Cavalier, and he is going to be looking to re-roll and try to make 3-star Nunu. He's also going to be playing through the Mirage Trait, so he's going to have that Warlord's benefit as he wins combats. As for me, I converted over from my Guardian front line over to a more standard Bruiser front line, which is what you're more likely to see when you're playing a Mage team composition. That's because there is a Bruiser Mage, that is Silas, who I would like to find. I have not found Silas yet. Instead, I put the Mage cap on Alawi, so Alawi will cast twice. And the reason why I'm doing that is because Alawi is going to be sold from this team composition later on. I know I'm not going to keep this unit forever, so I can transfer that Mage hat over to someone else as the game goes on. Here, the question is just, can my front line hold up long enough for the Rise and the Nami to kill things? By the way, the Thresh that Grillo is playing keeps hooking me. We were actually laughing about this during the game. Rise kind of got pulled from the corner all the way to the dead center of the board because Thresh hooked him. I think at least 2 times, maybe 3 times during that fight. It was just like hooking him, pulling him closer, hooking him, pulling him closer. You get the idea. On and on and on and on and on. All right, but I was able to win those 3 rounds, so I felt glad that I was able to win those rounds, considering that I sold my 2-star Leona, who was going to be very strong early on, but didn't end up happening. No one was able to punish me effectively for losing that round. Now, my top most desired item here was a tier. I wanted to get a tier so I could make Spear of Shojin. I'm not going to get that, but instead I'm going to go ahead and take this rod, and that's still a good item for me because I'm clearly going to play a spellcasting composition. Rods are going to be good into this. And then look, Silas actually pops up, and that's fantastic. I was like, oh, excellent. Now I don't have to play Skarner. I can just go ahead and play the Silas instead. And I'll go ahead and make Gunblade on Rise because that's another good item to use. All right, so I can now put in the Silas. There we go. That's going to take me to 4 Mage. And if I want to, I can take out the Skarner and play the Vlad, and that'll actually get me up to 5 Mages here. And I'm wondering, I think I see that play eventually. And just trying to remember if I'm smart enough to do that here or if I forget and wait around. I think I don't see it, and then I can, and it takes me around to notice because I'm actually at 3 Bruiser, 4 Mage, and I don't really need the Skarner. I have the extra Bruiser in here. By the way, Rye's getting hooked again. What is with all these people playing Thresh? Thresh tends not to get played that much. He gets played some, but he's not that popular of a unit right now. So anyway, Rise is going to keep getting pulled here. And I'm just hoping that Rise with that Gunblade can kill this Elise. Nope, not going to be able to. So can we now have Nami and Skarner kill this Elise? Her ability is when she casts, she repels up in the air. And if she kills the unit with her bite, she repels again. She's a very frustrating unit because there's not a lot of counterplay against Elise. They're going to kind of have to keep her weak throughout the set because otherwise she's going to be a real pain in the butt. All right, so I hit the 2-star Alawi super early on. That's really, really nice. And again, the question is, will I notice that I should put in the Vlad? Because he will get me to the 5 Mages, which would be a pretty big spike in power for my setup here. And it's not like a 1-star Skarner is really doing that much. It's like, come on, past self. Come on, past self. Spot this move. You definitely want to be playing that. That's why the Vlad is on your bench. So am I going to notice this? And it looks like I do not. Oh, well. At some point, I will recognize this. And here I am up against Antisocial. So he is, again, playing the Cavaliers. He's got the Nunu with the Dragon's Claw. And this is a really good itemization, particularly against me, because my comp is all magic damage. That Dragon's Claw is going to make the Nunu very, very tanky. He also has a 2-star, Asena in the back there, and a 2-star Sejuani. But his comp does not ultimately have that much damage. And the fact that I was able to hit the 2-star Alawi just randomly was really, really key for me. Like the fact that Alawi's 2-star allows her to survive, that and she's got that mage cap, so I actually am going to end up winning this round. And this was really important because it let my comp keep win streaking. I'm the only one who's win streaked throughout this stage, and so that's going to be pretty significant for me. All right, so I should talk a little bit more about some of these traits. Bruiser is back from previous sets, gives the entire team health. Bruisers get double the benefit. Right now on the cheat sheets, Bruiser 2 is 150 health. And the Bruisers get double the benefit. There are a lot of Bruisers in this set. There's a ton of them, so you can play a bunch of Bruisers if you want. Mages, having the mage trait in causes your units to double cast. If you only have mage 3 in, they actually double cast at lower ability power. Like instead of being above 100%, they're actually below 100%. So they will double cast, but each cast will deal less damage than normal. It'll have like a lower effect than what you normally see. And then if you get up to 5 mages, they double cast at 100% effectiveness. And then if you get up to 7 and 9 mages, they cast at more than 100% effectiveness. So having more mages in helps with that. And now we have the new trait, the trait I'm playing here, Astral Trait. So this is one of the new ones in, and it is an economic trait in this set. I'm actually going to be playing Astral throughout this match. So we're going to be seeing a lot of Astral. What it does is it means that every 5 times you refresh the shop, you will get some kind of additional Astral benefit. That is, you tend to get a shop every 5 shops that is full of Astral units. And typically when people play this comp, like for example, this shop was an Astral shop. It had Varus and Nidalee, and it had a Nami that I picked up. So typically when people are playing Astral, a lot of the times the goal is just to try to 3-star all the Astral units. The Astral units are a little bit weaker than the non-Astral units because it's like kind of expected that you have better odds to 3-star them than normal. So I guess I should, it looks like I'm going to win this round, so I should just go ahead and read the formal description here. I've got the cheat sheet open. Every 5th shop has increased odds to show Astral champions. It also grants an Astral orb. Your team gains bonus ability power. Now, the ability power is pretty low. Astral 3 is 5 ability power, which is like nothing. Astral 6 is 30 ability power. And then it also causes you to get better results out of the orb. At Astral 9, you get a lot of money out of the orbs, and you also have the chance to get item components out of the orb as well. So yeah, that's what we're going to be seeing. And I also get to take another one of the new augments here. This one is the opposite of Clear Mind. This one is Cluttered Mind. You gain extra experience if your bench is full. So yeah, we're a little curious about this augment. We think that this is a little bit overpowered because Clear Mind, which was back from the previous set 6, Clear Mind is you get 3 extra XP if you have no units on your bench at the end of the round. Cluttered Mind is you get 4 bonus XP, which is better for having a full bench. Well, having a full bench is not really a penalty. Not really. I mean, it's a penalty in the sense that I have to spend gold to hold these units, but I'm going to be trying to replace these units I'm holding on my bench with 1-cost units because it doesn't really cost much if you just have a 1-cost unit sitting on your bench. It's like Clear Mind is a trade-off. You have to have an empty bench to get the Clear Mind benefit. Cluttered Mind, it's not really a trade-off. You just get a huge benefit. So I'm going to be getting 4 XP bonus for like every round for the rest of the game, and that is a huge benefit indeed to just be getting XP for free. It's going to save me so much gold in terms of leveling up. And yeah, overall though, I feel like my board is pretty strong. The 2-star Alawi is really helping me out. Rise is a Gunblade. I have the 5 mages in. I've been able to 2-star a bunch of them. Astral Trait is helping there. Like we have 2-star Nami. We don't have 2-star Vlad yet, but I mean, this board is feeling pretty good. Oh, by the way, I'm also checking out on Anti-Social and Monkey and his Nunu. He has an Anima Visage on his Nunu, so that unit's going to be like impossible to kill. I'm glad that I was able to face his board and get a win before he was able to stack up that Nunu to quite the same degree. All right, so I'm going to find another Rise here, so I definitely want to grab that so I can look to try to 2-star Rise. So we need to clear the bench of one of these units, and then I'd like to sell some of the more expensive units and replace them with cheaper ones. Like, for example, that Diana's a 3-cost. I could sell her and replace her with the Heimerdinger that's a 1-cost. So I can like do that. Go ahead and do that. And I guess I could do the same thing with the Varus here because Varus is a 3-cost unit, but I don't know if I saw that play. So anyway, I'm still win streaking. I still haven't lost a round yet. I think my board's pretty well constructed at this point. I do have the extra Bruiser in there from Skarner. Skarner can definitely be dropped for a better unit, so it can be looking to replace him with something else. I certainly would not mind having like Lulu in here because Lulu would give me a Mystic Trait and also give me a rank of Evoker, which would be very nice to have. And we're going to be seeing more of the Evoker Trait later on, so I'll hold off on more discussion of that for right now. I'm up against Grillo, who's playing a Ragewing board. Looks like he's going to go into Xayah, and Xayah is the most common carry unit in a Ragewing team composition. This is actually getting kind of close here. So I remember the last time I fought Grillo, I think it was close too, and oh, it's down to just the Rise, but Rise is able to beat the Xayah because Rise has scaled up with additional max mana. That's what Rise does. He scales up over the course of the fight. I mentioned this in a couple of the other videos because Rise has been in some of my other Set 7 videos here on the PBE. But Rise starts with low mana cost, and every time he casts, his mana cost goes up, and he tosses more orbs and deals more damage. So he's a ramping champion that scales up over time. He reminds me a little bit of Malzahar from the previous set in the sense that he's like a damage over time caster, not a burst caster. So I get a little bit lucky here, and I'm able to get a tier off of this carousel. Definitely lucky there because, remember, I'm still trying to make Spear of Shojin for Rise. So this is going to make half of that. And oh, remember how I said I was looking for Lulu? Well, Lulu's going to pop up here. So I'm going to go ahead and look to play Lulu. There we go. I just have to put Heimer in so I can actually purchase the unit. So now we'll go ahead and toss that tier on Rise. And I'm hoping now for a sword. The one thing I don't know what I'm going to do with is I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this bow. I really don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm hoping I can find something. Maybe if I get a ton of tiers, it can be a static shiv, which is nice for the magic resistance debuff. Or maybe it could be a Zerat portal if I can get a belt just for more frontline protection. Oh, once again, Rise is going to get hooked. He's gotten hooked so many times. At least he has the Gunblade, though, for some healing, and Nami's going to heal him as well. So hopefully that'll be the case. But like, look at this Elise. Again, Elise, when she starts out in human form, and she will transform after she fills up her mana bar. Then whenever she casts her ability, she will bite someone, and if she gets a kill on the bite, she repels up in the air, and she cannot be targeted while she's up in the air. So yeah, she is kind of an annoying unit. And unfortunately, we don't focus the Elise, I guess in part because she keeps repelling, and so I'm unable to win that round, somewhat unfortunately. We get another Astral shop there, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that, pick up this Alawi. I might have to sell and replace the Alawi here. But overall, I mean, like I said, we're kind of in good shape. Again, I would like to replace the Skarner with something better. I think that I could find a better unit there. But for the moment, I think that my board's reasonably solid. I did finally have my win streak come to an end, which is kind of sad. But, I'm getting the free XP from having Cluttered Mind, and I feel like my board's in overall good shape. Okay, so this is some kind of a team. Which composition is this? It looks like it's a mixture of guild and like Cavaliers here. So the big thing is just for my front line to hold up long enough for Rise to start scaling. Rise is my clear carry unit in this team composition. And it looks like Alawi bought enough time for that to happen. I actually have quite a bit of healing between the Gunblade and having Nami on my team. So yeah, we're able to sustain. And Nami actually does the most damage in that fight. Okay, sure, why not? Nami carry. I guess she is 2-starred and Rise is only 1-starred. So yeah, and now if I want to, I can look to move out of some of these units. So I'm going to go ahead and put Anivia in because Anivia is going to give me a rank of Evoker. Evoker, not Invoker. And so I'll just play Vlad for a little bit more frontline. I could also look to sell the Jinx and the Varus here and replace them with 1-cost units because I could purchase them. And that would free up like a couple more gold for my bench. But definitely want to make use of Cluttered Mind. I also have to be careful about opening up these orbs because remember, sometimes the orbs give you champions. And they won't give you champions if you already have a champion on your bench. They'll just give you gold. And I actually kind of do want to see if there's any champions inside. All right, so let's go ahead. I was going to play the Anivia, but then I find Sona, who is a higher tier Evoker unit. She's a 4-cost. Anivia is a 3-cost. So I'm going to open this up and see what I get. I get a Nami. I'm just going to go ahead and sell that. And it looks like I didn't end up getting more champions, so oh well. Now we got to fill up the bench with Cluttered Mind again and figure out what we're going to do with items. So Gargoyle Stoneplate, that sounds fine with me. And we got a belt, so maybe that can be a Warmogs. We'll see. I know Alawi's going to get sold, so I don't mind going ahead and making that change. All right, we have Evoker Trait in play. As I mentioned, not Invoker, Evoker Trait. So let me explain what that one does. This is a mana-generating trait. So Evokers gain mana whenever an ally or enemy casts an ability. And Evoker 2 is 3 mana. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be like near them. It's just if anyone anywhere on the board casts, they will get the mana. One of the things that I was confused about, I actually did not even know that when I recorded the last video, was I thought Evokers was a team-wide benefit. It's actually not. Only Evokers get the benefit. So it's a little bit like the Star Guardians from set 3, how they would get mana when other Star Guardians cast. Well, Evokers get mana whenever anyone else casts, whether that's ally or enemy. But they are the only ones who get it. They do not give the benefit to others. So you want to be careful if you get an Evoker emblem who you're giving it to for that reason. And that's going to be important because look what I find here. Evoker Crown, gain an Evoker emblem, a Spear of Shojin, and an Anivia. So this is really nice because this is going to allow me to play 4 Evokers, which is very, very strong. I actually was tempted somewhat by the Golden Egg, but I decided to pass on that. So, all right, we're going to open this up. And the whole idea is it's going to give me an Anivia, so that makes it easier to play 4 Evokers. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead. I'll dump the Vlad Or what was that, the Vlad? Yeah, I dumped the Vlad, I put in a Nivea, and now I've got this Evoker emblem that I can put on someone. I was like, Sona's already an Evoker. And so I just tossed it on Lilia for the time being, not really thinking about the fact that I was thinking at the time I played this game that this was a team-wide benefit, but it's really not. It only goes on the unit that actually has this. So I probably should, I would love to get Soraka in the team composition. I don't know if I can do that. But yeah, so now I've got my Spear of Shojin. Now I'm going to be able to play 4 Evoker, which is really, really good because whatever unit has the Evoker emblem on them is going to generate. How much is Evoker for? I've got to look it up on the cheat sheet. And again, expect this to change in patches. 5 mana. 5 mana. Whenever an ally or enemy casts an ability, the Evokers are going to gain 5 mana. So that's really, really nice. I also have the benefit on Lulu, so Lulu will cast more often. I also have it on Sona, so Sona's going to apply her ultimate, Crescendo. It doesn't do very much damage, but it's great crowd control. It just fires out that ultimate, and it stuns anything that it hits. And anyone else who might have the Evoker. So that's Lilia right now. I probably would have put that on a better unit if I'd thought about it. Might have put it on someone more useful to the team composition, but oh well. And looking what we're going to find here. We're going to find Bard. So I was like, all right, well, I've got to play this Bard. I have to play this unit. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put in the Bard. I think I tossed the Mage Cap on him. And so now I need to get more frontline in my team composition. So I've got a billion utility units on my board right now, but I'm lacking in frontline because I've kind of sold most of my frontline units. So I was like, Silas? I guess I'll put this on Silas. Maybe I can get a Wormogs here. So right now, my board has absolutely insane CC. I have Sona ult, I have Bard ult, I have Nami's, I have Lulu's Polymorph. I have just crazy crowd control. But the problem is I don't have any frontline right now, and I'm going to have to fix that problem. I have Bard double ulting, which is going to be great because it's going to increase my odds to hit legendary units. Unfortunately, Ryze got taken out pretty early. I'm actually kind of shocked how close this round is. I thought I would just get steamrolled. But yeah, it turns out that these units I have are very strong if they can survive for any length of time. So I need to fix my frontline situation. That's what I need to do. So I'm hoping to sort this out and figure out what I can play so that I can manage this. But as long as I can get a tankier frontline, I'm still feeling like I'm in good shape here. I just need to sort this out. I need to get a better carry unit. Ryze is doing his thing, but I don't think that I want Ryze for the late game. I want to move into a higher tier unit. And for spellcasting compositions, this is really to move into dragon units. There are 2 spellcasting dragons. You have Al Shin, who I featured in the last video that I put on YouTube, who's the Tempest Dragon. And then you also have Aurelion Sol. And I really could play through either of them, but it's going to depend partly on what I hit. So here, I really should probably have taken that belt and just made Warmogs, but I was thinking, oh, I want to finish itemizing Ryze. Not so much thinking that I might be moving out of Ryze as time went on. So we definitely want to play some more of these units. So I want to pick up another Lulu and try to get Lulu 2-star. I really should try to get Ornn in here as well. Maybe I should try to play Ornn over one of these other mages. And now I'm trying to figure this out. I'm like, what am I going to do here? Let's pick up the Ornn, but how do I get Ornn into my team composition? Again, this is early in the set. I'm trying to figure it out. And then there's like, oh, Aurelion Sol. I have to play that unit. I've got to play this dragon. So how do I get him in? He's going to cost 10 gold to purchase. So for the moment, I'm just going to pick him up and put him on my bench. And I know that this is the unit I want to play. So now it has become, we're going to play Aurelion Sol, and that's going to be the core to my team composition. The problem is, in order to make Aurelion Sol work, you really want him to have a mage cap, and that's what makes him work as a unit. We'll talk more about this in a minute. The problem is I've already put the mage cap on Bard, and I was like, oh no, am I going to have to sell Bard? I don't want to sell Bard, but I have to get this mage cap off him. Uh-oh. By the way, I'm up against Grillo, and Grillo has taken Verdant Veil for his Prismatic Augment. Verdant Veil makes the team immune to crowd control. So he is like the counter to my board right now because my team is all about crowd control. All right, so I've got to try to do this. I've got to try to get this Aurelion Sol into my team composition. I'm still not sure quite how I'm going to do that, but I know that I want this unit in somehow. I'm going to have to drop something here. So I'm trying to figure this out. I was like, all right, I'll take out the Nami. This is a mistake, by the way. I need Nami because Nami is going to provide me with a rank of Mystic, so I really should try to keep her in here, but oh well. And we're going to go ahead and do this. And oh, I remember what I was doing. I was dropping down to just 3 mages. That's what I was doing. I was going down to 3 because I thought I only needed to have 3 mage to make this team composition work. So that's what I was doing. I was cutting some of the weaker mages. So I'm going to cut the Lilia, who is only 1 star and not doing a whole lot. And I'm going to play some more tank units for frontline. And I'm just going to try to be shifting into just 3 mages, because I don't think that I need 5. I think 3 is plenty for what I'm trying to run. But you see, I'm getting run over here because I don't have enough damage, and I have not managed to put my final team comp together. So it looks really rough right now, but that's because this is still early in the set. I'm still not quite sure how to do these transitions. And even as I'm commenting this video, it's not like commenting it, I really know how to do these transitions either. But rest assured, this is a game where I'm going to end up figuring it out. So we're getting to the treasure dragon here, and I was like, what do I need? I think what I need is an item remover, and they're relatively common to find. So I'm actually going to roll here and look for the item remover. So I was like, again, these are not bad items, but I really need an item remover here, so I can get this mage hat off of Bard without selling Bard, who I don't want to get rid of. So like, all right, come on. There we go. Okay. And I can even make another Spear of Shojin here. The Bloodthirster, I don't know what I'm going to do with, but oh well, we'll figure something out. All right, so Magnetic Remover. Now, you might think I'd want to keep Rise, but the unit I want is Bard, because Bard is going to be much harder to find than Rise. So, all right, we're going to put in the Aurelion Sol, and now I don't need the Anivia, because Aurelion Sol is an Evoker, and that's what makes him really nice. So he is an Evoker unit, so I don't need to play. The Anivia, and that's what getting that Evoker emblem allows me to do. It allows me to cut that unit from my team composition. But I actually forget something right here. I forget that I don't actually have mages in. I need to play another mage here. And so that's why I really think I should have kept Nami in my team composition, because she would have given me another rank of Mystic. So I think I actually should have kept the Nami in here. So I'm going to have to cut another one of these units. I'm going to go ahead and make the Banshee's Claw. And then I'm going to try to get, I need to get one more mage in. So I believe I end up playing Rise again. I actually end up itemizing the Sona when I really should be putting these items on Rise, because Rise can be like secondary carry. But I put them on Sona right now. And it's not until after this begins that I like belatedly realize, oh, wait a minute, I don't actually have Mage Trait in. So Aurelion Sol's not going to cast twice. And it's really important that he casts twice. Instead, I've got this Evoker emblem on Hecarim, which is really weird. And I don't think he's the right unit to have this on. His Ragewing interaction with mana is kind of weird to begin with. So yeah, I don't think he was the right unit to have that on. But I guess he does cast more often, so it's not terrible. He is actually getting his CC off multiple times per fight. So maybe that wasn't the worst decision in the world. I had to put it on somebody. Probably should have put it on Bard, though. Bard getting more ults off would just be fantastic. So yeah, probably should have put it on Bard. But as I said, I actually didn't know when this game was played that... I actually didn't realize when this game was played that it was not a team-wide benefit. I was still thinking it was team-wide. All right, so Aurelion Sol, we're going to get the Mage Spat in here. So let's talk about what this guy does. He's actually kind of similar to Rise in the sense that he is a scaling unit. So what he does is he summons a black hole. I'll read the official description. Aurelion Sol summons an unstable black hole underneath a random enemy. After 2 seconds, it implodes, dealing magic damage to all enemies in the area, reducing their attack damage by 40 for 5 seconds. Each cast, the area increases by 50%, and damage increases by 200. So the damage starts out fairly low, and honestly, this unit was really weak for most of PBE, but every time that he casts, the area of his cast goes up and the damage goes up. It goes up by a flat 200. So you can see why Mage Cap is so crucial on this guy. Every time he casts, the damage goes up and the area goes up. So in one of these fights, we're going to get to see a lot of Aurelion Sol gameplay here. Watch how the area of his ult just keeps increasing every time. And so after about like 5 or 6 casts, he basically hits the entire board with his ultimate. So you're like, all right, well, obviously I'm going to lose to Grillo and his, he's got the really itemized itis there, but the Aurelion Sol keeps casting. He's got a Gunblade. Every time he casts, he heals himself. And now he's up against a Zerat minion. And yes, he actually won that fight and did 21,000 damage. So it was like, what? That definitely should not have happened. So yeah, this unit, as the perception is this unit was overbuffed in this most recent patch. And so he's kind of strong, kind of a strong unit there. In any case, so that's the plan. We're just going to be playing through this Aurelion Sol, and he's a scaling ramping mage, basically. You want him to have Mage Cap if at all possible. 4 Evoker is really, really good because it helps him generate mana, and he's got the Spear of Shojin to help him generate mana as well. And Gunblade causes him to heal. So as he deals damage to the enemy team, he also will heal. Also note, I did make the trap claw there that blocked him from getting hooked at the start of the fight. So yeah, nice to have that because you want to play him in the corners of the board. And that allows him to do that. Of course, we're up against the Elise here. So watch, this is why Elise is a poorly designed unit. She's going to repel. And she's going to hit Lulu. So now we need to hit her while she comes down. But up, she's up in the air again. And now we need to try to kill her. But up, she's back in the air again. And up, she's back up in the air again. And yeah, this is not a very well-designed unit. So she just keeps repelling and repelling and repelling. So again, she's not a particularly strong unit right now on PBE, but she kind of has to not be a strong unit because, yeah, if she ever does become a strong unit, then she just gets resets and it's not fun to play. So yeah. Now, there was a Zoe here, and I would have loved to have just taken this Zoe and played the Zoe. I would have just played Zoe over Rise, but I am not able to get that, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab one of these items. Probably should have taken the Rage Blade here, honestly, but I end up taking the Jeweled Gauntlet instead. By the way, the trait that Aurelion Sol gets tripled is Astral. So one way that you can play this team composition is to stay, like if you play all the Astral units and you go Astral 9 and then you roll and hope that you can try to get the components, because every time you open an orb on Astral 9 you have 30% odds to get a component. But I'm not playing Astral 9, I'm playing like more straight mage carry here. Excuse me. So now I've got all these items on Sona, and I like belatedly realized that I really want these items on Rise, not on Sona. I don't need Sona to have all these like damage items because she really doesn't deal damage. She's just there as a CC bot. But I went to level 9 because I wanted to get Bard back in my team composition. Bard is really nice because he provides a rank of Mystic, and he also provides that guild benefit, whereby his particular guild benefit is everyone gets mana on auto attacks. I believe that that's his benefit. I'm just going to look this up to make sure I'm not giving out bad information. His guild benefit is, yes, +2 mana per attack. So provides a little bit more mana generation, which is really important for my team composition. So I pretty much have my team composition put together. I was able to get to level 9 pretty quickly because I got all that free XP from having Cluttered Mine on my team for so long. But now there's no point in running a cluttered bench because I'm level 9, I'm not going to get any more XP. By the way, I have no idea what these 2 gold coins are doing here. It's not something that I had, apparently. In any case, though, I'm looking to continue getting my front line set up. And at some point, I believe, yeah, I'm going to sell the Rise, I'm going to sell the Sona, and just going to transfer all these items over to Rise. This is kind of wasteful because it puts me further away from 2-star Rise and further away from the 2-star Sona. But by the same token, I just want these items on Rise. I goofed. I shouldn't have put them on the Sona earlier. So now we're back to Rise as being like our off carry. Rise is never going to do as much damage as Aurelion Sol, but, you know, it's not going to hurt, and he will scale throughout the fights as well. So this definitely will not hurt having this. All right, this time up against Antisocial. Now remember, Antisocial is playing into the Mirage trait, and he is running that Nunu, who is super difficult to kill, the Anima Visage, the Dragon's Claw, and the Gargoyle Stoneplate. So, oh, is he going to be able to finish off Aurelion Sol? Oh, he's going to eat him. Get in my belly. And that's going to do it for this round. But I do think that if I can manage to get Aurelion Sol up to 2-star, I was like, that round was close. But if I can get Aurelion Sol up to 2-star, I am level 9 here. I'm going to be able to roll some more gold. I just hope that I can find the 2-star version of this. Remember, I do have Bard on my board. So Bard, as he keeps ulting, he's going to increase the odds of me getting those more expensive units. I already am down to 0% odds to get the 1 cost, and now the 2 cost odds are going to keep dropping. So he will increase my odds to find the 3, 4, and 5 cost units. I'm also going to take out the Bard to put in Soraka. I can't remember if this works or not. I'm actually going to test this. So Soraka's ability is she heals your little legend when she hits an enemy with her ability. So I want to test to see if this actually works in PBE rounds. I don't believe it does. And no, it does not look like it does. So no, you can't put Soraka on your board and get health back. I wasn't sure if that worked or not, but it does not look like it does. All right, so we're going to roll here. I do have the option maybe to play the Zoe. That's a potential unit. If I can 2-star it, I might look to play that over the Rise. And let's see, there's one Aurelion Sol. Oh, can we find another one? Oh, there we go. So that's a great roll down. And I'm just going to look to transfer these items over to Zoe. So it's like Rise. I like having Rise, but you know what? I like having Zoe more. And here you go. So to take the Hurricane, have fun with that. I even have a 2-star Soraka, but there's no way to get Soraka into this board. I cannot afford to take out any more of my frontline. My frontline is already pretty weak on this board, so I cannot afford to drop Ornn or the Silas. I need Silas for Mage trait, or the Hecarim. Hecarim doesn't really make any traits, but he's just providing more CC. He's actually provided pretty good CC. So now that we have the 2-star Aurelion Sol, his damage goes up by a lot when he's 2-starred. Again, expect all the numbers to change. By the way, here we're finally working on killing that killing that Elise, and we were able to burst that down. But as I mentioned, that damage goes up by a lot for Aurelion Sol. And right now, his damage goes from 200 to 300. Okay, I guess that's not that big of an increase. But, you know, all his base stats are going to go up as well. And every time that he ults, he's going to hit a larger portion of the board, and he's going to deal more damage with every ult. So now I'm just looking to see if I can try to find the 2-star version of Zoe. I guess we should mention Zoe. She's a really interesting unit. I don't think I've had a chance to mention her in other videos. So she is the 5-cost mage in this game, and her ability is random. She will pull one of 4 different spells each time she casts. So, by the way, I got like a billion Sorakas in this game. Apparently the game just wanted me to play Soraka. And I was like, no, I don't want to play Soraka. I need mages. I need Zoe. I need Zoe and I need Bard, not Soraka. Not playing Jade in this team composition. So yeah, Zoe will cast one of 4 different random spells. So she will use Lux Laser. She will use the Kale Ultimate from set 1. She will use the Kale Tornadoes from set, not Kale, the Janna Tornadoes from set 3. Or she can summon Daisy on your team. Now, the main reason why people weren't playing Zoe earlier on PBE is she was bugged for a very long time. And she would summon Daisy, and the Daisy would attack your own team. And this bug was in the game for like a full week. So everyone was like, you just can't play Zoe. She summons a unit that attacks your own team. But that is no longer the case. They have finally fixed that bug. So now she's back to being a stronger unit. She's not really a carry mage. She's a support mage. So she mostly provides additional crowd control for your team. And yeah, I'm starting to see an awful lot of the 4-cost units here. So I'm still just trying to find that last Zoe, though. And yes, every time I do 5 rerolls, I get one of those Astral orbs. But since I'm only running Astral 3, it's not much of a benefit. The Astral 3 orbs give you either 2 gold or 3 gold. That's it. They don't give you anything else. But I finally got the shop I wanted. I hit 2-star Bard, and now I'll have 2-star Zoe after I finish locking for this shop. So now it's me and Antisocial. Antisocial's been win streaking like forever in this team composition. He is running full Mirage trait. I believe he's 8 Mirage. So that means he's getting a ton of extra health and a ton of extra ability power from that Warlord's benefit. Warlord's trait back from set 4 is essentially what he has. But oh, that's a lot of crowd control I have here. We've got the Bard and the Sona, and we've got the Aurelion Sol, so we're able to kill his Mirage Dragon Deja, who is like an attack damage, like a damage over time AD champion. No, that's not quite right. Deja deals his magic damage, but you want to like stack that up over time with a Rage Blade. So yeah, I'm actually going to be able to win that round. Nunu does 8,000 damage. And the only reason I'm able to win is because we went to overtime, and magic damage is cut in overtime. So Antisocial's going to take the Zephyr, which is a smart choice. And now I'm trying to see what else I can find. I was like, all right, I guess we'll just take Trap Claw. We can stack up double Trap Claw protection on my backline carries. But my board is pretty much maxed out. Ironically, the only unit that's not 2-star is the Silas. I have 1-star Silas, but I have 2-star Aurelion Sol, 2-star Bard, 2-star Zoe, all these legendary units. But I still only have the 1-star version of Silas up there on the front lines. So yeah, Antisocial's on 8 Nunus, and so we were trying to see if we were going to end up with like the big showdown between 3-star Nunu and with the 2-star Aurelion Sol. I don't think I have enough gold to get the 3-star Aurelion Sol. I don't think there's enough time for that, but I guess I should probably pick them up. The dragons are super expensive to hold on your bench because the legendary ones cost 5 gold. So like trying to go for a 3-star version of those units is like insanely expensive. All right, anyway, well, my board has all kinds of crowd control. My roll damage is relatively low until Aurelion Sol scales up, but I have so much crowd control on this team. It's really kind of insane. So Antisocial's board is somewhat like that too. He doesn't have that much direct damage either. It's mostly Nunu eating people and Deja attacking people with Rage Blades from the back line. But like, look at this Nunu. We cannot kill this unit. It's only when we get into overtime that we have a chance. And I'm like, oh, can we survive? Can we get this? and we were able to win that round with Aurelion Sol dealing 16,000 damage, and I didn't see how much Nunu did. It was on there, but went away pretty quickly. So now I'm on the win streak. I'm just like, oh man, is he going to hit the 3-star Nunu? Please don't hit the 3-star. All right, he's got 6 Mirage, 4 Cavalier. I'm looking here. I was like, oh, please don't hit the 3-star Nunu. Come on, please don't hit the 3-star Nunu. I'd like to win this. My board is pretty capped. I really can't get much stronger because everything's 2-starred and like nothing is close to being 3-starred. So as I said, I'm pretty capped right now. I'm hoping that Antisocial has not been using his Zephyr, by the way. I think he just really wanted to see the showdown between this Aurelion Sol and this Nunu. But I'm pretty confident I win as long as he doesn't get the 3-star version of Nunu. If he does get the 3-star, I am a little bit less confident, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, Aurelion Sol's doing his thing. Remember, every time he casts, the cast is going to deal more damage, and it's going to hit more of the board. And after like 4 or 5 casts, his ult literally hits the whole board. So every time he casts right now, he hits the whole board. And the question is just, can Nunu actually eat him? Because we can't kill the Nunu. We can only kill him when it goes into overtime and he stops regenerating health at such a crazy rate. All healing is severely cut in overtime. I think it's cut by 3/4 in overtime. That might be the wrong percentage. I can't remember, but yeah, it's a lot. The healing gets cut by an awful lot. All right, so we're going to stage 7. Couple more rounds left here. Antisocial had so much health bank that he got some extra rounds here to try to roll for that Nunu. I am going to get a Static Shiv here, which is not a bad item to get. Static Shiv is not going to do anything in terms of damage right now, but it does have that magic resistance debuff. So whatever unit I put it on will be cutting into the MR of the enemy team. And I believe that I put this on Lulu just because she's right next to Aurelion. So I noticed she's been surviving a long time in these fights, and I want her to just stay alive so she can apply that MR debuff. By the way, it does take us a while to kill this thing because, again, my team comp has to ramp up over the course of the fight. I don't kill things particularly quickly. So, yep, I'm just going to roll. I guess I could try to hit Silas. I'm going to pick up these legendary units because maybe I can get to Bard 3-star. It seems unlikely, but I do have 5 of them. So, I mean, we might as well pick them up, pick up the Zoes, just picking up the legendary units right now. We still technically are looking for Silas as well. And oh, did you see it just pop up? Ah, that's the 3-star Nunu. Uh-oh. Well, we're about to find out if my board is able to kill 3-star Nunu. I'm going to swap at the last second just in case there was a Zephyr pointed at Aurelion Sol. But all right, now it's 3-star Nunu. Okay, let's see if we can deal with this unit. I guess I should talk about what Nunu's ability actually does. I haven't really mentioned that. Nunu is the same as he was in set 5. Basically, he tries to eat a unit. If his health is higher than the unit that he's eating, he does true damage. If it's lower, he does magic damage. And it's up against the 3-star Nunu. Oh boy, can we get this unit? We have so much CC. Bard ult's going to hit, Sona ult's going to hit, Zoe's tornadoes are going to hit, but we just can't kill the unit. He's regenerating too much health. Oh no, he just ate the Zoe. Oh no. That was really close. He almost ate the Aurelion Sol at the end there. Oh boy, this was quite a game. We were having a lot of fun with this one. All right, just to give you the official ability description for Nunu. His ability is Consume. Traits are Mirage plus Cavalier. Nunu encourages Willem to bite his target, deals magic damage. If Willem's target has less health than he does before the bite, it deals an additional 33% damage and becomes true damage. So basically, if Nunu's health is higher than his target, it's true damage and it deals more. Otherwise, it's magic damage. So he's a strong mid-game carry. He falls off in the late game, as you'd expect. He is a 3-cost unit, so he's going to fall off a bit. His damage is single target. But it sure is funny when Nunu's eating people, to say the least. All right, so we got one more round. I have to win one more time to knock Antisocial out of this game. I just need Aurelion Sol to stay safe back there. Don't eat him. Don't eat him. It's really funny because Deja, who's normally the carry in a Mirage team competition, either Deja or Yasuo, if you can get there. They're usually the carries. I'm like, oh man, I need Daisy to sit here. Can you eat Daisy? All right, we're finally into overtime. It's the only time we can kill this unit. Oh, he's going after Sona. Sona just died. Oh no. Oh, it's so close. And oh, wow. 20,000 damage for Asol, 18,000 damage for Nunu. That was really close at the end. Whew, oh boy, I was so scared that Nunu was going to eat my whole team, and then I was going to end up losing this match, because Antisocial only had to win like 2 rounds at the end there, because we were on stage 7, and you take 1 billion damage in stage 7. Whew, all right. Well, in any case, Astral Dragon for the win. I did have a 2-star, 10-cost dragon, so it makes sense that I was able to win this one. And Aurelion Sol was overtuned in this patch. He's probably going to be nerfed a little bit before this goes live. But man, what a game. Thanks to everybody for joining us, because this was thoroughly fun to play. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Till next time, take care, folks.